Set the camera here. Hello gang, welcome back to Evil Scuba Diver. Today I want to talk about the difference between Fortnite and Call of Duty. Fortnite just released its new season, Call of Duty just released a new game, and they're both taking a wildly different approach to evolution within the media zeitgeist, and I find it super crazy interesting because they're both games that are now culturally just like in the zeitgeist, in the mind, like forever. Like they're gonna exist forever. When you say Fortnite in the future in 50 years, there's gonna be an instantaneous synapse connection the same way you say Call of Duty, the same way you say chess in all honesty. And the way both of these games are evolving in their own separate ways, in their own 180 differentiated ways is very interesting to analyze. Fortnite seems to be going the Roblox route, where it just wants to be everything all the time, and it's actually kind of succeeding at this. Like it doesn't have the fan base it once had with like Chapter 1, Chapter 2, etc., but there is sort of like a cult-like fan base gathering around every Fortnite update, waiting for what they have to offer. And granted, it's a younger audience now. I think they've effectively made their game kind of like baby mode. They've kind of made it like Baby Park a little bit, but it's okay. I mean, they're getting their bank, they're getting their free-to-play bag. They're also probably getting their bag from all the celebrities they're putting in the game. I got a Lil Tecca in my game for some reason. Why is Lil Tecca in my locker? You know, I never bought Lil Tecca, but he's in there now. It almost seems kind of insulting. Like I should be able to pay for him. Isn't he worth something? Yeah, but I have him. I can just play as Lil Tecca now, I guess. Can you play as Lil Tecca? Let me know in the comments below. That seems to be the route they're taking their game down though. One that's very universal and one that can like almost is kind of cookie cutter, to be real. Like they kind of lost the niche of what Fortnite was. I mean, it's not about the building battle royale anymore, really, is it? It's kind of more about the cartoony, flamboyant vibe and like how vibrant can a kill be? How vibrant can the weapons be? How vibrant can a season be? Also, I think one thing they're doing that's very interesting is they're completely switching up their game like every year. Like the actual core mechanics of the game, which shows they're not really about the game mechanics. They're really into the branding. The branding is the color. The branding is the cartoony Disney vibrancy. It's the contrast of it being like a violent shooter game, yes, but it's not that at all. It's actually like it's a Disney cartoon. You know what I mean? Like that is the appeal of the moment of Fortnite. That's the brand, and they can stand on that hella because it's such an intriguing contrast, right? But the gameplay, it's changed every single year. Like what are sprites about? Like what even is that? It's not even just for one season too. They're still in the new season here. Like they got like this whole video game season going on or whatever, and the sprites are still here. I'm not even really familiar with how they even work still. They like extract them. Like there's kind of like an extraction shooter aspect going on, which is very interesting and weird. I'm not really even sure how I feel about it. It kind of feels like a different game, like a different game mode. But you gotta like respect the fact that they are kind of doubling down and just getting ballsy with it and saying this is the game now. Like this is what we're gonna do. This is how we're moving in the future. Like the OG is still there for if you want it. It's got like no players going on, whatever. But we are going to basically zaneyify and fuck up our game. We're gonna like destroy our game. Not destroy in a bad way, but destroy in like an evolution way. Like you have to like deconstruct what you've originally constructed in order to construct what you haven't constructed yet. It's like, is it deconstruction if you're constructing a new building on top of the older building you've already made? Because you're essentially deconstructing that older, quaint, cozy building of like OG Fortnite Season 1, like Chapter 2, Chapter 3, whatever. But you're constructing something new. You're constructing Chapter 7. You're constructing sprites. You're constructing like, I don't know, just different gimmicks. Like the Simpsons season in Fortnite or whatever. What was that about? I don't know. Big risk, but it paid off hella. You know what I mean? Because they made a small map. They made it hella cartoony. They leaned into like the more high octane version of the gameplay that people loved about like Fortnite, which is like 80 people on a very small environment. Like they take risks 100% all the time, and if they don't pay off, people kind of just forget and say, oh, mid-season. But if they work, they really do work. I admire that a lot, because when you contrast it from Call of Duty, man, every Call of Duty game is the same. Did you know there's a Black Ops 7? I didn't know that. I actually didn't know. I didn't know Black Ops 7 was a game that actually released. I thought it was Black Ops 6. It's like they all blend together. They're all kind of the same experience. Like if you showed your dad gameplay of Black Ops 7, Black Ops 6, and Call of Duty Cold War or whatever, I don't think that he's going to pull a difference from them. I think he's going to say, oh, it's the same game. You know what I mean? There is a bit of differentiation between the Cold War, or sorry, the Black Ops games and the Modern Warfare games, because they are different, like, sort of studios creating those games, which I find really interesting as well. It seems like a really good way to be efficient and churn out, like, games consistently, which is what they've done, but it also seems like a really good way to make really forgettable and incohesive experiences time and time and again. Because if one studio makes a really, really awesome Call of Duty, like Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2019, which I think is the best one. I mean, I'm the one who grew up on it in the COVID era or whatever, playing Warzone with my boys, getting platinum on the assault rifles, you know what I mean? Shipment shoot house 24/7 hardcore. And that game is unequivocally awesome, but then you get like a Vanguard, like next year or whatever, by a different studio, and it's like, okay, well, the Call of Duty brand just kind of like went up and then dipped there again, you know what I mean? So now, like, where's the standing, right? Kind of just goes with the wind, doesn't it? You know, it kind of just goes with the wind. And I don't know what methodology of video game sort of like evolution works better. Honestly, if I had to analyze it, I think the more fast-paced metamorphosis route is probably better for the future of gaming. Like, to me personally, like, the idea of Modern Warfare 4, that's pretty exciting right now, like for a month. Like, when it comes out, it's like, oh, let's see what they have to offer, because I really loved Modern Warfare 2019. But then by like December, I'm probably gonna be over it, but there's gonna be a new Fortnite season rolling out with a new Christmas sort of like theme, right? And it's gonna be like, that is the time. I think it's more inherently stimulatory. I think it's better for the zeitgeist as well. Like, the zeitgeist is hyperactive, bro. Everybody's on Adderall. Everybody's hella autistic. You know what I mean? Like, when nobody's waiting around for a year for the new Call of Duty game on bated breath. Like, they want something new. They want something new yesterday. You know, like, they want something that just came out like last week to really get hyped about. And then that's gonna get boring in 1 week as well, and they're on to the next thing, right? I think that's the way to go. And I think Minecraft honestly realized this pretty early too. Like, the Caves and Cliffs update, that was like a 2-year long update that like didn't pan out the way they wanted to. And people were waiting, and people were like really disappointed with the update when it came out. So they just pivoted. They said, no, okay, no more like big updates as of right now. We'll make some big updates in the background, but we're gonna churn out like smaller drops every 3 to 4 months to keep people consistently fed, you know? And it's been working really well for them. Like, obviously the updates are smaller and more bite-sized, and some of them are kind of bullshitty. Like, I will never in my life touch a sulfur cube I'm sorry, like, it's just not gonna happen. Like, there's no intrigue there. Still don't know what the hell a sniffer is or what it does. I've never actually seen one in the game, like, ever. So, like, I mean, I guess that update just didn't happen. Like, the Trials update, I'm not digging in the ground for 50 minutes to find the clay, bro. Like, what are we doing here? But granted, even though there's like an L update every once in a while, a W update is just bound to be around the corner. Like, that's kind of how it works. It's kind of like the gambling lottery thing that's going on when you just release a new update consistently 3 months, 4 months. There's always something to be excited about in the not too distant future. I think the world is getting very stimulatory, and they're always looking for the next best thing all the time. And I think if you want to succeed, I mean, if we're taking this just on like a soul level and not just like Fortnite versus Call of Duty, if you want to succeed yourself, like, reinvention is probably necessary to a certain extent. Like, you can't be holding yourself to an idea of you that you constantly churn out over and over and over again, holding yourself accountable to a grand vision of yourself when, like, change is inevitable. Like, you need to go with the seasons. You need to add a zero build component to your personality sometimes, you know what I mean? Sometimes you need to do less. Sometimes you need to drop, like, the ego of who you thought you were and just kind of dumb yourself down for a season if that's what makes the season go smoother. Maybe you got relationship issues. Maybe you got stuff going on. It's like, okay, I can't be the Superman persona that I thought I could be at the moment, but I can be like Robin, you know what I mean? Like, I can like try my best in this other direction. Reinvention in a colorful way. That's the thesis. Be like Fortnite. Be like water. Be like water. Be like Fortnite. Be like Fortnite water. Don't be like Loot Lake though, because Loot Lake is like deceptive. You know what I mean? Loot Lake is like, you're water, sure, but you're like thin. You don't have any depth to you. You don't want to be like Fortnite water, but you want to be like water and like Fortnite separately. Call of Duty mindset, that's just a bit inauthentic. You know what I mean? You can't, like, I don't know. That's if you're like a celebrity, in all honesty. If you're a celebrity, you kind of have to have the Call of Duty mindset, because you are Call of Duty. You are like the established IP, and your job is to just be the established IP over and over and over again with small tweaks. Like, Taylor Swift can't go and make a true crime podcast. I mean, she could probably be successful, but it'd be a pretty heavy flip on how people perceive her, and it'd be a whole other aspect of like perception that she'd have to deal with, right? She can't go Fortnite mode too much with it. I mean, she can go Fortnite mode on like an album, maybe, if she talks about Travis Kelce in a provocative way. Maybe that's her Fortnite mode, is like getting a little bit more provocative with her lyrics and talking about, like, you know, Travis Kelce's Rod or whatever she did in the last album, which is wild. But she doesn't have the luxury of going full Fortnite. She kind of has to play Call of Duty. You, though, you have the luxury of going full Fortnite. Nobody knows who you are, dog. Like, that's kind of beautiful. Nobody knows who I am to a certain extent, you know what I mean? And even if they did know who I was, like, like not enough for me to really stop being passionate, and that should not stop you either. Like if there's people in your life who are holding you to a certain ideation of who you should be, freak him out a bit, Fortnite up on him. You know what I mean? Show him that you can, do something interesting. Add sprites into your loadout, right? Switch up the loot pool. I don't know. That's kind of what I'm thinking. That's what I'm taking away from this dichotomy here this weekend of the Fortnite update releasing and the Call of Duty update releasing, and then A and Bing the two to see which one we would rather transform into our soul consciousness structure. I mean, what else can we do? You know what I mean? Socrates could look at a tree and study the growth and decay cycle of life and ponder upon it like that, and we can ponder upon, like, ideations of ourselves via the new Fortnite and Call of Duty update, A and Bing the two. I don't know. That's the idea. That's the video. That's the bit. Thank you for watching. Evil Scuba Diver Excursion over before you can even realize it.